what the witnesses really saw. Why don't you start with that? There was blood on both the hands of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired, if that matters. I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attacker's hands with blood on them. I didn't actually see anything myself. No, not until I heard that scream. Anyway, the fact remains, there can't have been anyone else inside that carriage, or we all would have seen. Well, lo and behold, in truth of fact, not one of you was witness to the crucial moment the crime was perpetrated. I apologize, my lord, but honestly... there was no one else inside that carriage, and the man's hands were covered in blood. That much incriminating evidence is tantamount to saying we saw the man do it. That's really not what testimony is about. Let us examine the interior of the omnibus once more. The victim's fresh blood is clearly visible on the seat, corroborating the witness's accounts. In other words, there is no substantial nor significant change in the facts of this case. Very well. Your cross-examination, please, counsel. Yes, my lord. The witnesses really saw. But on both hands of the assailant, I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired. I see you two are having a conversation. Hi! Welcome. But also... You really know how to make an entrance, you know? I remember seeing the knife. Both the attacker's hands with blood on them. I didn't actually see anything myself, not until I heard that scream. Fact remains, there can't have been anyone else inside that carriage, or we all would have seen. Okay. I feel like this is the important one. Hold it! Oh, you finally noticed me, have you? Hello, welcome. And everything you saw of the incident was through the skylight on the roof of the omnibus. That's right. It was fiercely cold that night, but the glass wasn't frosted over. Oh yes, I remember I was shivering. It was so bitter. Which rather begs the question of why the pair of you were sitting on the roof deck in the first place. Well, I don't know about this young fellow, but I couldn't enter the cabin. Oh, why not? I mean, I've been having fun. Finished rewatching my favorite film? Hell yeah, that sounds like fun. It was locked from the inside. I tried knocking, but no one opened the door. It was locked? And that's right. It's a public bus service, for pity's sake. That's not what I'd call fair play. What movie are you talking about again? I'm sure you've said what your favorite film is, but I don't remember. Yes, I had the exact same experience. I tried knocking, but the gent inside just gestured at me to clear off. A silent voice. Right. Yeah, I still have not seen it, unfortunately. I might watch it at some point, someday, perhaps. Perhaps. So I had no choice but to climb up to the roof deck and look down longingly into the warm cabin below. Well, I can assure you, I wasn't just looking down. I was glaring, long and hard. That's precisely why I can tell you with absolute confidence that if there was anyone else at all in that cabin, I would have noticed. Unequivocal, I would say. I'm not sure about these two witnesses. Could they really have seen everything inside the cabin through the skylight? Well, no, they wouldn't have been able to see, right under them, right? That's the thing, if you look down into the skylight, you see, down and across from you, but they wouldn't be able to see the seat, like, directly under them, right? Oh yeah, I did do the Okabe stare. Yes, I forgot. I did forget to mention it was a while. Yes, emote. Hooray! I forgot about that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't. They might not have been able to. Taking you to infinity and beyond. Understandable. Allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. You were riding this omnibus and witnessed the events in the cabin through the skylight in the floor of the upper deck. Is that right? That's right, yes. In that case, there is a portion of the cabin interior that would have been out of sight from you. Bus emote. I will get on that someday. Maybe. Star. What? By golly, really? Obviously, at this stage, we can't say for sure. But the possibility cannot be denied that at the time of the incident, there could have been another passenger in the enclosed cabin in the omnibus.
Objection!
You can't refuse. I mean, that's the thing. You come up with good ideas. So. Enough hypothetical meandering, my Nipponese friend. The prosecution demands that you substantiate your claims. After all, the scene of the crime is here, in the flesh. Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's demand. You will identify the area of on this cross-sectional plan of the omnibus. Well, I mean, it's like, it's really obvious, guys, but then again, it's Ace Attorney. Sometimes it's just really obvious. Where exactly in the omnibus are you suggesting this potential extra passenger could have been situated? Here. Right here. Take that! Both rows of seat on the roof face in the direction of travel, whereas the seats in the enclosed cabin face each other, which means the visible part of the cabin which passengers on the roof deck can see through the skylight as I've drawn here. AFK emo. Ah. That's right, my lord. As you can see, the seat opposite the one on which the victim and his attacker were sitting is obscured from view. In other words, if someone had been sitting on that seat, it's quite possible that these witnesses would have been completely unaware of it. No!
Objection!
It's quite possible some phantom was sitting there. Yay! Yeah, I made the petting, the Koro pet emote. Yeah, I like seeing it. Yay. You Nipponese have a forbidding habit of obscuring the truth with ambiguity. Thank you, I'm glad you like it. I forgot to say that. I concur with the prosecution's rejoinder. In a British court of law, evidence is paramount. I cannot entertain this conjecture, counsel. That is, unless you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger to whom you allude. Can you, Naruhodo-san? Can I? It's better though. I had a feeling you'd feel that way. I honestly don't know. Who could it have been? Who could have been in the other seat, which was out of sight from the witness's roof deck? From the witnesses on the roof deck. So, okay, I actually I have an idea of who it might be, and I don't think it's a mysterious fifth party. I think it's the fucking, the defendant. Predictable. You actually are. I'm sorry to say. Although, when you come in, that part is unpredictable. Like, you come in with the crazy shit sometimes. Yeah, I have an inkling, and I think it's the defendant. Like, I think, because at no point has the defendant said that he was sitting next to the victim. I think he was sitting across from the victim, because he said when he woke up, he saw the victim, which wouldn't make sense, like, for him to see him right when he wakes up, unless he's across from him. I have an inkling. I understand, my lord. The defense would like to put forward a name. Though, all this being said, I think I might just, like... This might be stupid. I might just end up being stupid. Made a dick joke and dipped. That's... I remember that. I remember that vividly. You are a fool. Okay, Franziska von Karma, get the fuck out of here. That response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitations. A toast to hard lessons not yet learnt. Let us not delay, Counsel. The defense is still to name the passenger in the other seat. This could be it. This could be the chance I've been waiting for to turn the trial in my favor. On that night, on the night of the murder, the person occupying the seat in the omnibus cabin that was obscured from view was... Magnus McGilded.
Take that!
Straight up giant wait, what? Oh, that was yeah, Shin Megami Tensei 5. It's yeah. He's innocent. He also you missed the part where he said top of the morning and I had to say top of the morning again in an Irish accent. So yeah. Let's hope he says it again. The passenger in the enclosed cabin that the witness on the roof deck failed to see has to have been Mr. Magnus McGilded. Mr. McGilded? What are you talking about, Counsel? That's the name of the defendant!
Objection!
Damn you, anxiety! That's literally, I feel like that could be, like, the name of my, I have so many possible names for my autobiography. Damn you, anxiety is another good one. If I desecrate this chamber by smashing my hollowed chalice, do forgive the discourtesy. No! Fuck you. Lord Van Zeeks. People talk of those tiny island nations in the Far East as having a learning and culture all of their own. But I see they use the terms ill-advisedly. What are you trying to say? Let me explain in terms that even a student of an artless backwater such as yourself might understand. Wow. When the bloody scene unfolded, the victim and his assailant were sitting side by side. Multiple witnesses have attested to this fact. It is the very premise on which the case is built.
Objection!
But that premise may be wrong. What? If the victim really was sitting beside Mr. McGilded, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way. What inconsistency, Counsel? The defendant's gloves, my lord. Oh. Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claim that there was blood on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim.
Objection!
His children in his sleep. God. Yet we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the gory remains.
Objection!
My point is, even in the face of this irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance. Yes, their testimony remains unchanged. Exactly. They both adamantly swear. This game's corny. Oh my god, the Ace Attorney series is so fucking corny. It is so corny. That they clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. In short, their memory of events is correct, and their testimony reveals the truth. It was somebody else sitting beside the victim that night, a third party we have yet to identify. And the victim's blood was on that passenger's hands, both of them.
Objection!
And who was this third party? Obviously, the true culprit. Extraordinary! Order, order, order! What exactly are you postulating?
Objection!
The defense's postulation is just that, nothing more than conjecture. The witnesses have clearly stated that they saw the accused.
Objection!
When elaborating on his testimony, Mr. Fairplay said the two of them were wearing hats, and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. Yes. The tops of their heads were obscured by the roof. I could see the rest of them, though. Yes, that's right. Both gents were most certainly hatted. Hatters do tend to notice such things, sir. And what particular styles of hats did the two gentlemen sport, Mr. First? Oh no, my controller's dying. Shit. I'm afraid I don't remember. And you call yourself a hatter? Two children in a dress coat. The style of hat makes no difference. There was no third passenger on that cabin. In that cabin. How can you be sure? Because if there had been, the accused, Mr. McGilded, would undoubtedly have offered to depose that fact. Unless, that is, you are proposing an even more preposterous explanation. That the accused failed even to notice the presence of the third culprit, of the true culprit in the very cabin in which he traveled. I mean, he was sleeping. Oh no, it wasn't me, I swear. Also, I see her taking the shotgun approach, just like, it was you! No, it was you! No, it was you! He's right. There was another person traveling in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. It's inconceivable that Mr. McGilded would have been unaware of it. Order! There's clearly a simple solution to this problem. Bring the accused, Mr. McGilded, to the stand. Well, what say you, counsel? The prosecution objects, my lord. On what grounds? As a suspect, he will have already made a full statement to the police. Sure. But what if there's some reason why he's unable to speak freely? Magnus McGilded is no uneducated ruffian. Judge. To be fair, that's every judge in the Ace Attorney series, with the exception of, I think, a flashback in Ace Attorney 3. That's just what the judges look like. They got big beards. If it indeed turns out the man has been withholding information, you can be sure it will have been a most deliberate act. Counsel for the defense, what is your opinion? My lord, should we ask Mr. McGilded to testify or not? I mean, I'd leave well alone. No. This is Ace Attorney. We never leave well enough alone. Yes, we need to hear what he has to say in order to find out the truth. It's entirely out of it. Grandpa Simpson. The defense would like to call Mr. McGilded to the stand. You know, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I kinda see what you're saying. In that case, I would like to hear the opinion of the jury. Yes, I need a little time to consider this. If you ask me, I think we should hear what Mr. McGilded has to say. Get the man out of here, I say! It would be utterly illogical not to hear his testimony. When something needs doing, get it done. That's how I run things at the guild. Hearing what the patron of my favorite little park has to say? Oh yes, that would be lovely. Yes, the jury says the man must be heard. Okay. He's sweating. I mean, I did say, like, it's weird that he has a knife. He literally brought a knife to court. Like, though I feel like he's the red herring, you know? She's stress-eating. Very well. The court will hear the defense's testimony. Bailiff, show the defendant to the stand at once. Now, maybe what actually happened that night will finally become clear. Let proceedings be resumed. Mr. McGilded, have you been listening to the discourse of the day? To be sure I have, my lord. There are now two matters on which the court desires to hear from you. The first is whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus cabin, as proposed by the defense. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal that fact from the police? Begad, no! 'Tis not in my nature to hide anything at all. Just answer the question, please. The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this all along. Do I tell you all, or keep my mouth shut? Tell us what, Mr. McGilded? Best Irish accent I've ever heard. Somehow I doubt that. Press X to doubt. The fine fellow representing me is absolutely right. In the carriage on the night with myself and the other man, there was another passenger. It's true? Aye, and 'twas me who helped the little urchin get away after it happened. You... What?! Won't tell anymore. Damn. No, Magnus McGilded, that convenient excuse can't save you now. I'm truly sorry, so I am, Lord of Van Zeeks. I'm sure you'll all be wanting to know why I said nothing when I was taken in by the police. I do be having a very good reason, I assure you. Which was? Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and not in any way involved, you see. What? I was so taken aback I forgot to give him the fucking British accent. If the police had known the wee one was there, they'd have assumed she'd done it. They'd have hauled her into this here courtroom just like myself. I was only trying to spare her that. Young hearts and young minds are easily damaged, my lord. Lives in a dark castle. And who was this young child of whom you speak? That I don't know. You don't know? Aye, well, the wee thing just happened to be in the carriage that night. I never saw her before or since.
Objection!
Jeremy? We have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecution calls for the witness's statements to be disregarded by the court. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the urchin isn't here in this courtroom as we speak, listening to the proceedings. What? Oh my god, what the fuck? Ah, smoke! Ah, fire! There's a fire! Look, someone's trying to get away! After them! It's no use! I can't see anything through all this smoke! What's going on? Be careful, Naruhodo-san. Cover your face. Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. What the fuck? I hereby call an emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. Boss, save me! What the fuck just happened? Who did that? We were hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff, amid scenes of chaos as people stumbled over one another in their desperation to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew was that, for the time being at least, the trial was suspended. Squeeze the camera break fast enough. It's true! Yo, to be continued. So, fucking someone threw a smoke bomb in courtroom? What the fuck? That seems... Did I? What the hell? Oh. My back scratcher's on the floor. What was under my feet? Save current progress. Okay, I'm gonna call it for today. We'll do, we did the first half, I guess. I actually don't know if it's half. Could be like the first third of chapter 3, but... Super cushion. I do not have a Myri Bada Don't you invoke Myri that way? How dare you? I do have a seal. Also, I have this fucking thing. Hello, my sweet. Have you come to say goodbye to the wonderful peoples? Yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. Hello. Thanks for what are you doing, you goob. Yeah, I'm gonna show your cat she's adorable. Behold. Tell her Jeff hey, Jeff says he loves you and gives you kisses. Okay, now I'm abusing my cat on stream. Hold on. I'm not trying to, I'm just trying to give her love. Okay, well, she's going into her cavern. She's going into her little cavern. Okay, anyways, yeah, I'm calling it a day. We got a nice little, final kitten cameo. Or like that one streamer. I don't even want to ask what that is in reference to. I don't want to know. Just why? Why are people like this? Yeah, so I will call it a day for today. I'm excited for Friday, where I will be starting my 3rd game. So I'm gonna start playing 3 games a week. Like 3... She still... Ugh, gross. Yeah, so I'll be doing 3 different games on 3 different streams. I'm multitasking, baby. And it's probably gonna break my fucking brain, but I want to give it a try. You know, I'm streaming 3 days a week. I might as well play different games for each day. You know, don't have much interest in those games. That's fair enough. That is completely understandable. Everybody's got their own interests. But I am excited to start Deltarune on Friday, and it's Halloween. And I guess Deltarune is kind of Halloweeny. Hello again. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. Look at the peoples. Look at the peoples. She's not looking at the peoples. Yeah, I will yeah, I will definitely have fun. Anyways, thanks for watching. Everybody, I'm gonna go. Halloweeny. Hold on, I'm gonna say bye, Nala. Bye. Say bye-bye. Alright. Have a wonderful day. Oh god, I'm trying to make this work. Have a wonderful day. Bye. I'm stretching it for no reason. Bye.